Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Purcell. We are back today converting measurement, and today we are going to be converting customary units of capacity. And I think about capacity as units when I'm cooking. So I'm thinking about things like gallons, like maybe I need to use quarts, pints, cups, even little fluid ounces. All right. So a good scenario would be when you're cooking, you would use capacity when you add ingredients, okay? It names the amount of liquid or even sometimes a solid like sugar or flour that's going to be in a measurement cup, okay? So I'm not going to make today's video as drawn out as yesterday's, but I want to just review a couple things. If you will get your notebook paper. Also, I'm going to let you use the calculator again today if you have your basic 4-function calculator. If you go ahead and head your paper, today we're going to convert customary capacity, and this is lesson 12-2. And I just want to review the rule. So when we are converting units of measurement, if we are going from larger units to smaller units, don't forget we're going to be multiplying. And when we go from those smaller units to larger units, we're going to be dividing, and we're going to be using those unit rates, okay? Now, capacity is a little bit different. Yes, we have the conversion chart at the top of page 494, but there is an awful lot of units of capacity, and they get kind of confusing. And I really like this little story that I can tell to help us with the conversion. So this story is called The Land of Gallon. So this is going to seem silly, but I just want you to follow with me. So once in the land of Gallon, there lived 4 queens. And each queen had a prince and a princess. Okay. And each prince and princess had 2 cats. And when I think of little kitties, I think of little kitty cats as having 4 whiskers on each side. All right, so here's our little kitty cats with the 4 whiskers. All right, so let's talk about what the heck this means with measurement, okay? So the G for gallon land stands for 1 gallon, and the Q for queen stands for quarts. So I can see that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Doesn't that make that easy to visualize it? And with each queen having a prince and a princess, I can see a couple of things. I can see that there are 2 pints. P stands for pints in a quart. And I can see that there are 8 pints in a gallon. All right, pretty cool, huh? And then the C for cats stands for cups. So I can see a few things here. I can see that there are 2 cups in a pint. I can see there are 4 cups in a quart, and I can see that there are, 16 cups in a gallon, okay? And then the add-on here with the whiskers, each whisker equals a fluid ounce. So I see that every cup has 8 fluid ounces in it. Each whisker is going to be a fluid ounce, okay? So I'm going to post, I'm not a great artist, but I have this graphic organizer right here that I'm going to post on our Google Classroom today. And if you just want to draw this yourself, okay, you just want to draw it to have it. All right. And you're welcome to look at this. It's going to go in our math journals as well, just because there's so many crazy measurements with capacity. It does help it keep it straightened for us, okay? So that's what I'm going to use right here, gallon land. All right, I think I'm frozen here. Give me a minute. All right, so you can be drawing this or pausing me. Yeah, I'm frozen, so just give me a second. I'm sorry. All right, I'm having technical difficulty. All right, here we come. Sorry about that, boys and girls. All right, in the meanwhile, I'm going to grab that sheet of notebook paper that I just drew on, and I'm going to flip over to the back because we're going to do some measurement conversions. So hopefully you have access to your land of gallon, and we are on page 495. Again, don't sweat it if you don't have your book. You can just copy it. Even those of us that have the book are going to be writing on notebook paper. And so for number 4, that's where we're going to start. We are going to be looking at 32 cups, and we want to find out how many gallons that is equal to or equivalent to, okay? So when we look at our gallon land, we know that cups, the cats, are smaller than the gallon land, right? It kind of sounds silly to talk about that, but cups are smaller than a gallon. So when we go from smaller to larger units, we're going to be dividing. So we have 32 cups, and there are 4 cups. Let's see, there are 4 cups. How many cups are in a gallon? We got 32 cups, smaller to larger. Hang on, we're dividing. All right. And how many cups are in a gallon? All right, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we're dividing 32 by 16. All right. And you can use your calculator, or hopefully you know that that is going to be 2 gallons. 32 divided by 16 is going to be 2. Okay. All right. Number 5, we're looking at a half a quart, and we want to know how many gallons is a half a quart equal to. All right. So quarts are smaller than gallons. So again, we're going smaller to larger units. We're using division. And when I look at how many quarts are in a gallon, there are 4 quarts in a gallon. So that's my unit rate. So I'm taking 1/2 and I'm dividing it by 4. So I'm going to get a smaller unit fraction. So that's going to be 1/8, right? We just multiply that. That's going to be 1/8. So 1/8 of a gallon names the same amount as a half of a quart. Okay. Number 6. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. This was 3, 4, and 5. Sorry. All right, number 5 is where we're at. We have 48 quarts, and we want to see how many pints that is equal or equivalent to. So quarts are larger than pints, so we're going from a larger to a smaller unit. So this time we're going to multiply. And I see that there are 2 pints in every quart. Isn't that story great to help you with that? So I have 48 times 2, which is 96. And again, you can use your calculator, or you might know that. Okay, so those 2 name the same amount. Number 6, we're looking at 6 1/8 quarts. And we want to see how many cups that equals. All right, so quarts are larger than cups. Again, I can look at my visual, and I think I can see that there are 4 cups in a quart. So I'm going from larger to smaller. So I'm going to be larger unit to smaller unit, I'm going to be multiplying. And we just said that there were 4 cups in a quart. So I'm multiplying 6 1/8 times 4. So again, boys and girls, we've got to change these to fractions so we can multiply. So 8 times 6 is 48 plus 1. We have 49/4 times, and we make our whole number a fraction by placing it over 1. All right, 4 times 49 to get our numerator is 196/4. Okay, multiplied numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. When I divide 196 by 4, I see in my calculator it goes exactly 49 times. All right, and I just made a big boo-boo. This is 49/8, my goodness. All right, so no, my answer's different. Always check over your work, and I caught that when I saw that I had a 4 for the denominator, right? Maybe you caught it as I was going. All right, so let's rework that. That's going to be 496/8. 196 divided by 8 is going to give me 24 and a decimal number. So I'm going to just slide out to the side. 8 goes into 196. I know it goes 24 times. 24 times 8 is going to be 192. So I have 4 8s left over. So guys, this is 24 and 4 8s, which is the same as 24 and a half, right? So 24 and a half cups names the exact same amount as 6 1/8 quarts. All right, number 7. We're going to do 3 quarts, 1 pint, and we want to see how many pints this is. All right, so let's think about this a minute. We're going to be having to add this 1 pint. So we really want to see how many pints are in a quart, right? So 3 quarts equals how many pints? This is where we're going to start. All right, I know that quarts are larger than pints. I can see that here. I know there are 2 pints in every quart. So I'm going from a larger to a smaller unit. So I'm going to be multiplying. And like I said, there's 2 pints in every quart. So I know that 3 quarts is 6 pints, right? Plus, I'm going to have this 1 pint left over that I haven't added in yet. So I know that 3 quarts is 6 pints plus this 1 pint means that 3 quarts and 1 pint is equivalent to 7 pints. All right, we're almost done with our guided practice. Number 8, the last one, we have 9 pints. And I want to see how many quarts and pints it's equivalent to. And so I know there's going to be a remainder here. So I know pints are smaller than quarts, right? Pints fit in the quarts. So I'm going from smaller to larger unit. All right, and when I go from a smaller to a larger unit, I'm going to be dividing, and I'm going to be dividing 9 by 2. And I know when I divide, I get 4 remainder 1. So what that means, it's going to be 4 quarts with 1 pint left over, okay? Or we could say, another way to say it would be 4 1/2 quarts, okay? All right, so this is what we're going to do. I am going to let you look at the next few problems if you feel like you need some practice. All right, so these are the problems. If you're not at school today, I'm distributing Land of Gallon for our journals. So honestly, if you're not here, if you have a way you can print it, I've saved it with my video, or you can just open it and look at it. Or like I said, you did that little sketch with me. Hopefully that wasn't beautiful, but it works. All right. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to let you pause the video and then check any of your problems. All right. So go ahead and pause it, pick a couple that you want to do on your own and see how you're doing. All right. So boys and girls, these are my solutions for problems 9 through, let's say, 16. If you want to look at those, pause the video and look at them because I'm getting ready to show you my other solutions. All right, number 17 required a little more work. Gallonland helped us a lot with this, actually, because I know looking at Gallonland that there are 16 cups in a gallon. All right, I've got a couple more. So if you're looking at this one, pause it because I'm going to show the solutions for 18 through 20. All right, so again, you've got to know that when you are converting, you've got to know what you're moving from smaller to larger or larger to smaller units and what operation we use. You've got to know the unit rate. So your little story of Gallonland will help you with the unit rates. All right, keep your notes out while you work on your practice study, and I hope everybody does a good job, and I will see you soon.